pause.
Joe by talking about Baby
Let's
Keem.
not let my phone.
Yes. I changed it.
27 seconds.
Make sure that the TV is muted,
Oh yeah.
because I left it unmuted last time.
Oh my god. Hey, make sure to stream it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Austin Underground. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mel. Today's episode is going to be a little different because today is a bittersweet occasion. Today is Nick's last episode at AU because he is graduating. Today's episode will highlight my co-host's achievement and contributions, and as we send him off into his future.
I've finally made it, and I can't believe this is my last episode. Before we get started, roll the intro.
Since we missed last week, there's a lot of music news to catch up on. So let's get right into it. Adele has made waves at Spotify by getting rid of the shuffle button that automatically appears when you're trying to play an album, which makes the listener listen to the tracks in order. Adele tweeted about saying, "Our art tells a story and our stories should be listened to as we intended."
That's awesome. Paramore's frontwoman, Hayley Williams, teased a Paramore return for next year in a newsletter to fans. The band hasn't put out an album or done a performance in 5 years, but Williams has 2 solo albums, one in 2020 and one earlier this year. In her newsletter, she also thanked the other members of Paramore for supporting her in her solo projects. I can't wait to see what music they come out with.
I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah.
It's been way too long without a good Paramount album. On a heavier note, musical theater songwriter legend Stephen Sondheim has died at the age of 91.
Too young.
He wrote musicals like Sweeney Todd, Into the Woods, and West Side Story. He won 6 Tony Awards in addition to many other amazing awards and was also given the Presidential Medal of Honor.
Grammy nominations have come out. As always, there were albums that were super popular that got recognition, like Olivia Rodrigo's Sour, and there were some other popular albums that didn't get any nominations, like Miley Cyrus's Plastic Hearts. The Grammys, also lovingly known as the Scammies, will be on January 31st, and a full list of the nominees can be seen on the Grammys website.
Eminem dropped a surprise merch line as part of his Black Friday collection. It included hoodies, t-shirts, and with Mom's Spaghetti on them, and 3 different action figures modeled off different moments of the rapper's career. This collection was originally released in April as NFTs as a part of his collaboration with Nifty Gateway. So if you're one of 2 Eminem's fans left, you could head off to his site to get your shirts and your action figures on his website. Now, we have the original concert calendar curator, Nick, doing his concert calendar for the very last time. Take it over, Nick.
How's it going? This is Nick, one of Eminem's last 2 fans. Just kidding. I would never say that about myself. And I have a concert calendar for you. It's December, if you didn't know. It's actually November 30th, but I'm going to say it's December. And we've got one last month of concert calendars for you because it will never be done again after I leave. Not once. It's like retiring a jersey. Just kidding. Someone will probably do it. Let's do this. December 3rd. we've got Catronata at Stubbs. If you're a fan of more EDM producer type beats, but not like a type of thing, we're talking like great like alternative producer. He works with a lot of really cool artists, and he's got some really great songs. I think you should check him out. He's performing at Stubbs on the 3rd and the 4th. Moving on, we have Lovely the Band on the 13th. Lovely the Band is a great indie band, indie rock, and they had a really popular song back in, I'd say, 2017. We actually had the opportunity to interview Lovely the Band back then, and it's a great interview. You should check it out. One of our old executive producers, Reese, and I actually interviewed them in a van while it was snowing, which, you know, doesn't happen very often in Texas, and when it does, it's really bad. So when you're doing an interview in a van, you know it's going to be great. So make sure to check that out, and make sure to check out Lovely the Band at Emo's on the 13th. Moving on to the 25th, Christmas, we have Taylor Swift coming to Austin at Mohawk. Taylor Swift is an indie artist. I don't really know too much about her. She's got she put out 2 very similar albums last year or the year before. She has a really big cult following, and hopefully she gets big soon, because from what I've heard, it's pretty good. That's all true, by the way. Moving on to the 29th, we have the Toadies. The Toadies, really popular back in the 90s. They had their debut album came out in 94. Really great 90s rock. If that's what you're looking for, make sure to check them out at Emo's. Hopefully they play a lot from that album, because the rest of their music is just okay. So, moving on to December 31st, we have Spoon, a local Austin artist. Incredible band. I had the pleasure of meeting Spoon a few years ago, probably 2019. I met them at Waterloo Records. They were doing a signing, and in front of me there was this old man, and this old man was talking to his wife in line in front of me, and he was really nervous. He was like, "Oh, I don't know if he's gonna remember me. I don't know what's gonna happen." And I'm sitting there with my friend. I'm like, "Who is this old guy, and why is he talking about the lead singer of Spoon like that?" So eventually we get to the front of the line, and this old guy's next in line. And someone just finished his signing with Spoon, the lead singer, and he sees this old man. He's like, "Oh my God, Mr. Smith," or whatever his name was. And he hops out of his seat, and he runs over to him, and he's like, "Oh my God, guys, this is my old choir instructor. He taught me everything I know about singing. This was my choir instructor when I went to middle school here in Austin," and it was absolutely crazy. Got him signed. He met all of that. And then I was next, and I was just like, "Hi, can you sign my album?" Yeah. All right, if you disagree with any of my picks, I don't care, because I'm graduating, so don't even try to tweet at us. Just lose my number, and that's it. Nick signing out with my last concert calendar. Back to Mal.
Thank you, Nick. As always, good concerts with interesting opinions to go with it. We'll be right back after these commercials, so stay tuned.
I'm so dumb.
Can you guys talk about testimony?
Talk?
Yeah, just like
Okay. Today
Okay.
we are going to talk about my idol, also
my
Andre,
idol.
a man that's changing the game, a man that's
Welcome back, guys. We now have Jacob and Andres talking about the cultural impact of the song White Boy Summer by Chet Hanks. Let's tune in.
Speaking of white boys, let's transition away from our favorite person on the show, Nick, and talk about another one of our favorite white boys, Chet Hanks, quite possibly the greatest rapper of our generation.
also known as Chet Hayes.
Chet Hayes, true. Earlier this year, in March, Chet Hanks got on Instagram Live and declared to his thousands of followers that this summer was going to be a white boy summer. Not like Trump NASCAR white, but like me, John B., Jack Harlow type white.
He said, throw away all the plaid, don't wear Sperry's, and don't wear those flip-flops that have the bottle cap openers on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And he really liked this so much that he went along with his music career with some of the other songs that he made and made the song White Boy Summer.
White Boy Summer is an interesting rap song. It is notable because in the middle, he switches to a Jamaican accent while in the music video carrying a giant Jamaican flag. What this signifies is beyond human comprehension.
Chet Hanks. Well, this guy has made some other music with Soulja Boy, featuring Soulja Boy, but it's really just Soulja Boy featuring Chet Hanks. Chet Hanks also made a remix of the song Black and Yellow at his time at Northwestern, claiming that although there was already a song for school that was a parody of Black and Yellow, he just said that he did it better, which he did. He did do it better.
Arguably so. I feel like we would be remiss not to mention the White Boy Summer merch drops, where to capitalize off the viral sensation of his music video and his Instagram videos. He created merch that were black hoodies that said White Boy Summer in Old English font on the back. Now, people on the internet reasonably got kind of scared because it looked a little bit white nationalisty. So, Chet Hanks got on Instagram Live to clear up the confusion, to talk about that White Boy Summer was a very inclusive movement meant to celebrate cultural diversity. And so he released a new version of those shirts that still said White Boy Summer on the back, but said Stop Hate on the front.
Aren't you glad to be alive at a time like this?
I certainly am. And I think that's about all we have to say about the cultural impact of the song White Boy Summer by Chet Hanks.
Nick, I hope when you are rewatching this last episode that you enjoy this, and I hope that you are doing great. Back to Nick.
How interesting, guys. I'll have to check back with that for sure. With Nick being the longest running member at AU, we decided to go back in time to see what major songs came out since he's been a part of the show since the fall of 2017. Let's see what Lily and Samia have in store for us.
Hey everyone, so Nick has been here a pretty long time and has done a lot of great things with AU, but at the same time, lots of great music has come out since then.
It has.
Yeah.
So where would you like to start?
I think we should start with Old Town Road. Lil Nas X,
Masterpiece.
our 2018 2019 anthem, Old Town Road, was first uploaded onto YouTube in December of 2018. It became really big at the beginning of 2019, eventually being re-recorded with Billy Ray Cyrus, and kind of blew up. And now Lil Nas X has just released his first album, Montero, at the, I don't know, a few months ago. So,
No,
yeah.
I believe, I said this back when Old Town Road became very popular, and I'll say this now, Lil Nas X is a musical genius.
Yeah.
He's a PR genius.
Yeah.
He knows how to troll people. He was a barb.
Yeah, he really knew how to...
He knew how to get people angry, but get people talking. And likewise, like, his music is just so genre bending.
Yeah.
And he's just incredible.
Yeah.
And I
he's-
can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, me too. And we also have Billie Eilish's album, When We All Fall Asleep, that came out in 2019 as well. And yeah, what do you...
Yeah, I mean, actually, I started listening to Billie Eilish with her first EP, which I think dropped in I think 2018, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's when she really started blowing up here. And then when she released that first album, it was the only way was
everywhere.
up.
It was everywhere. All the songs on those albums were on the radio everywhere.
Exactly.
And of course, we have Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy in April of 2018. I Like It was on that album, which...
Bodak Yellow, which
Bodak
came
Yellow.
out fall 2017 when
Yeah.
Nick started here.
Yeah, so... And then finally, I wanted to talk about Taylor Swift. So she released Reputation in November of 2017 when Nick first started here. And that's crazy to me. She basically had her entire transformation in the time that Nick
I
started
speak
as a freshman. to
On
now.
Reputation, the internet might get a little angry at me. So I don't know what I want to say. Personally, I get it. I think if you like pop music, if you like her style for that, like, I get it. But I think a lot of people listen to Look What You Made Me Do.
Yeah.
And if they didn't like that, they just didn't really listen to the album. And I think, like, it got brushed off because of that.
Yeah.
Because I definitely did that at the time. Sorry, internet, don't get mad at me.
And I think it's really notable that she has released 6 albums in the time that Nick has started at AU. So Reputation,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Lover,
Yeah, Lover came out.
Folklore and
Folklore,
Evermore, and then
Fearless and Red.
and Red, Taylor's
Oh, wow.
version. So
Dang.
that woman is turning out
Devil works
content.
hard.
Yeah,
She works
so
harder.
That is all the notable music that we came up with since Nick has been at AU. It's been a long time, and he's done a lot of great things. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Nick.
A thing you should know about me is that Reputation is my favorite Taylor Swift album. So
And they were just talking bad about it.
I know,
How dare they?
it's so crazy. I can't believe all those songs came out while I was on the show. We'll have to cut to a break, but we'll be right back, so stay tuned.
As a tradition here at Austin Underground, we like to do closing interviews with our graduating members. Today, I will have the honor of interviewing Nick about his time here. So Nick, first and foremost, how does it feel to finally be here?
It does not feel real at all, I will say. I have been in AU a very long time, 9 semesters,
Which is also the longest, may we add. I think we've said that a lot throughout
I
the
think
episode.
so, yeah. A long time being on staff. Yeah, just I feel like there's an episode next week, but there's not. So it's crazy.
Yeah, so first I want to know, like, why did you join Austin Underground and why did you decide to stay and be on staff for so long? Because it's stressful. Anyone that's been on staff knows that. So why did you stay for so long?
Yeah. So I joined back in 2017, and I was a freshman, and I had no friends, and I was just sad in my dorm all the time. Yeah, right? And my mom sent me a flyer for TSTV for the general meeting, and she was like, go to this. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I went, and there was this really cool show that I was like, oh my God, I really want to be a part of that. And then I ended up joining this one instead. But those jokes. We're jokes here.
So wait, you weren't even wanting to join Austin
No, it was
Underground.
between this and another show. But I didn't even go to the meeting for the other one. I joined Austin Underground. It was fine.
So no other show ever?
No,
nothing.
not
Are
one.
you lying?
No, not lying. Not one meeting for another show.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
But yeah. So my first semester, I went to every meeting and I volunteered for like every single show. And after the first time that I hosted, the old executive producer, Chris, basically just like forced me to be the host for like every show that semester. Mm-hmm. And then by the time that it came to apply to staff the next semester, I had no experience in any of the roles except for hosting. So I didn't get on the staff. So the next semester, I spent learning a bunch of roles so that I could be on the staff the next year. Mm-hmm. And then I was the script writer. And then after that, I did one semester of that, and I was executive producer since spring 2019.
You just jumped straight to it.
Yeah. Yeah, they were a little iffy about me. They were like, this kid's so young. Like... he's gonna like quit or something, like.
Being that most of us were like 1 to 2 years apart, but you were the kid.
I'm a baby, you know. Still am, but yeah. I think I just stayed. I mean, I stayed because I love it. You know, mm-hmm. It's so fun to make something mm-hmm. every week and to like. Watch it come true and work with a bunch of people that all love music, love making shows. I mean, that's why I stayed, you know. It's not because I was like, I love being executive producer, blah. Like, yeah. But, I mean,
nice.
It's
nice.
But I loved the people that was around.
Yeah.
And meeting new people every semester that all brought something new and something mm-hmm. good to the show.
Yeah, so like, we know how great being in the studio is. Mm. What was your favorite interview you've ever conducted and why?
My favorite, my least favorite, I'm not going to talk about. But
can we just throw a little shout out?
All right,
so we can all know?
Shout out, my least favorite interview, The Voids. Julia Casablancas, get out of here. Don't want to see you ever again. I hate you. That's a little harsh. It's okay. All love here, except for Julian Casablancas. Anyway.
So your favorite?
No, my favorite interview was with a band called Matt and Kim, an alternative mm-hmm. band. And it started off, we were just sitting there petting this dog, and it was just really wholesome. And then it got to asking questions. And I asked this one question about one of their new songs, and the two people are Matt and Kim, and mm-hmm. they're partners. And Matt gave this really like loving and wholesome answer about the song, about how much he loves Kim, and she just started crying like during the interview. And I don't like to think of it as like I made her cry, but I just like that it was very real interview. Like you don't get that out of a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up this interview, I just want to know what's something you would tell your freshman self now?
I'd say
You didn't see that one coming. Come on.
don't give up, because everything works out.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Nick. We gladly appreciate everything you've done for AU. But for now, let's go back and wrap up the show. Our wonderful editor, Sarah, has made a video highlighting Nick's accomplishments. Let's check it out.
Tonight on Austin Underground. Welcome back to the chillest episode of Cozy Underground.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Austin Underground. I'm Nick.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nick from Austin Underground.
Hey there, this is Nick from Austin Underground.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick Butler. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick with Austin Underground.
Hello, thank you, hosts. I do not know who Nick Butler is. I am Sleeve Arby's.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dick Pringles.
And I'm Nikolai. Nick had to step out for a bit.
Me? Oh, hello there.
I'm Nick.
If you listen to Christmas music during periods of time that are not the Christmas season, you are the problem. Christmas music is too hype for any time besides the Christmas season. Anyone that hears Christmas music will immediately be filled with Christmas spirit and joy. This is not safe or healthy.
Hello, I am Nick Butler, and I'm here with our new segment. This is our concert calendar.
Let me just tell you, before we get into this concert calendar, it's really hot in here, so like, if you see anything weird,
With opener Dance Gavin Dance.
they're not going to, because go Austin. Bands. November 28th, we have
Anyway, my name's Chris, and thank you for joining us. We're going to go back to the host.
That's it. Back to the host.
Let's go back to the host.
Go back to the host.
Hi, surprise, it's your number one fans.
We're here to congratulate you on your very last episode of Austin Underground. We've watched every single show since your very first semester, your freshman year, all the way up to this one tonight. And we're so proud of you, and we congratulate you on all your hard work and dedication and all the heart and soul you poured into this show. It really shows. So, cheers to you. Congratulations. We love you. And now, back to the hosts.
I'll go ahead. Well, thank you, Nick, for everything you've done for the show. I think we could all tell how many lives you've impacted and what a great influence you've been, not only to TSTV and to Austin Underground, but everyone in the audience and much more. And congratulations. Till next time, guys. See you next year.
See ya.